Restore Black America, the second edition. It's been approximately 7 years since I released the first version of Restore Black America, a 6-step action plan for restoring the Black community economically, politically, socially, and spiritually over the next 100 years. Since then, we've witnessed the murder of Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Alton Sterling, Eric Garner, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, Tamir Rice, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and most recently, George Floyd, as well as countless others who were executed by police officers without consequence. When I originally wrote this book, I was in a very neutral space. I didn't have any biases about what needed to be said. I just knew that the message needed to be heard. Had the original book had been written around the time that the previous events had occurred, the tone probably would have been much more militant. Although these events have a tendency to shift one's thinking into a state of anger and frustration, it's important to remember that the real fight must begin inside of our minds and our homes. When this book was originally written, I had an ideal plan in place. However, during this time, the tools were still being developed. Since 2014, the Restore Black America Foundation has grown exponentially. We've opened up our youth entrepreneur camps, started the Black Entrepreneur School, written healthy cookbooks, developed healthy cooking classes, and we've even established nationwide Black Wall Street events. We've also launched the Restore Black America Land Project, which is an initiative to purchase land in order to build a true Black community instead of just the neighborhoods and ghettos that we have now. The second edition of the Restore Black America book will not only contain a fresh perspective on our current situation, but you will also hear new and updated ideas that reflect my more evolved way of thinking, since I've had a variety of different experiences and perspectives since the first edition was released. Mainly in the area of politics. Throughout the book, you will hear me make specific references to us as Black people as African Americans. This was done as a way to distinguish us from other immigrant groups or minority groups, or even to refer to us as people of color. This was done strategically by staying away from some of these previously mentioned vague and ambiguous terms. This gives us a way for us to self-identify who we are for social and political reasons, so that we can address our specific issues that we as Black people have here in America that do not affect so-called other quote-unquote minority groups. During the time of the original writing, such terms as ADOS, or American Descendants of Slavery, or FBA, Foundational Black Americans, had not yet been invented for a way for us to self-identify with our specific demographic group. I decided to release the second edition as an audiobook to help spread the message faster and to make it easier for you to consume the information at your leisure. Not just for you, but so that this book can easily be shared with your children and other members of your family as well. The second edition of this book will contain direct access to the actual tools necessary to execute the plan. Each of these tools can be accessed through the Restore Black America Foundation at restoreblackamerica.org. The action plan in the original edition did not include these tools of execution and advancement. It only highlighted and explained them. From the very beginning of this journey, this was never about promoting a book. This has always been about executing the plan that is outlined in the book, because it includes the very principles on which the Restore Black America Foundation was founded. One of the biggest challenges facing Black America is the idea of individualism, or every man for themselves, an idea implanted in us from operating in survival mode due to a lack of resources. However, the truth of the matter is, there is no way to fight institutional racism with individualism. The Restore Black America Foundation was meant to be an institution of institutions, essentially a mini America inside of America. As we continue to move forward with the implementation of this plan, the overall goal is not to host a bunch of nonprofit charity events, but to turn these events into standalone institutions that are capable of running perpetually on their own, even after you and I are gone. This is the true essence of a real movement. Welcome to Restore Black America.